Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. Here we are back in my train room. We're going to be doing some work on the winter layout. Most of it's going to be painting this evening. So if you want to watch paint dry, you've come to the right stream. So let's have a look at the chat and see who's in tonight. Oh, we've got Hot Dog Pilot Andy, first one in. Martin O'Keefe, how you doing? Oh, and I've just got a message. Barnabas Junction and their viewers have just joined. So thanks to Jason for the handover there again, as always. It's great. And thanks for everybody coming over. We got Tom Houston in, Flymo Chairman 1. Who else we got in? Wolfsec Scenery, PW, Anthony Dodge Model Train Outsider. Who else we got in? Ivo Van Zon, SJ TrainWorld, Finnerton Central Model Railway. Evening, Brian. How you doing? SJ TrainWorld. Hi, Simon. How's it going? Peter Jackson, Cheetah Heath. Good evening, sir. Oh. And Jake, Mysterious Mechanic 24. How you doing, Jake? I was in your stream early for about 5 minutes, and then my phone died, and that was the end of that because I was out and about at the time. Tom Houston, good evening. Jerry BVR, Dino, the Model Railway Shed, Andy Dobson, Delft Junction, Brian Madden, good evening. Mystic Railroad, John, how are you doing? Oh, Anna Foster McDade, she's in. I'm under strict instructions from Anna, who's my daughter, that I have to finish at 8:30 because I've got to take her for pizza because she's had a hard day at college today and she wants pizza. So I've got to finish at 8:30 and go for pizza, I'm afraid, guys. Who else we got in? Alan White, good evening. I'm not sure if I missed anyone. Alan Reynolds, Buckland Junction, good evening, Alan. How you doing, sir? Stuart Valley Brook, how you doing? Good to see you here. And I think I've got everyone. So anyway, let's have a look down at the layout. And then I can turn the lights around because I turned them away because all you could see was me backlit. So let me just put some light on the situation. Right, that should be better now. Digger, good evening, sir. No pineapple. No, I'm not one for pineapple on my pizza. Pretty simple, just like pepperoni or chicken and sweet corn. So anyway, a video for this week's been delayed. So sorry, channel members, you haven't had it. I had my in-laws over at the weekend, so I couldn't get anything done over the weekend. And then I had to go to Belfast on Tuesday. So I'm way behind this week. So the video, hopefully I can get this finished tonight and the film uploaded so it'll be up as normal for everybody tomorrow. But this is the roadway I've put in here. You'll see on the video tomorrow. I should get it out at some time tomorrow. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint this with some rail match tarmac. Also, if I move this over, you can see here we have stonework, which is going to be a waterfall. So I'm going to paint some stonework and then give the overall another coat of brown. And also the piers need another coat of grey. So it's an evening of painting. So it'll give me a chance to have the chat in front of me, try and keep an eye on the chat and see if any questions coming up. Oh, J94, Kieran, how are you doing? Good evening, sir. Hope you're keeping well. Oh, not anchovies. Oh, God, no. On a pizza? Oh, no. Right, so if you don't have any of the rail match color, it is just for the tarmac. It is a very dark, almost black gray. And then what I'm going to do with the airbrush is go over and do some track lines where the roads will begin with some a lighter gray, worn tarmac. So let's start off by putting some of this on. Covers quite well, this stuff. It should do for the price of it. So I'm going to keep an eye on the chat. When will I start to build the fiddle yard? I want to get this winter layout done. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the inclines on my layout, so I can see where the inclines go and what sort of space they take up. And then I will start the fiddle yard, because the fiddle yard will work around the incline. So I want to get this done because this is a winter layout. Winter is fast approaching. So the sooner I can get this done, the better. Now, for some reason, so briefly, the way I do my roads is I use strips of this stuff here. I don't know if you can see that, which is basically just the draft excluders you get going around your door. You can pick it up in the pound shops, that sort of thing, just to use as a barrier, and then just pour plaster in between. So that's what I've done there. Now, unusually, I just use polyfiller. Again, cheap plaster that you can pick up in the likes of pound stores, dollar stores, that sort of place. But unusually this time, I must have just stirred it way too much, because it was just full of bubbles. And of course, they've all flowed to the surface now, so I've got a rather pitted surface. But again, that will just add to the effect of the road. And it's only a narrow track road going between the two signal boxes. Well, actually, I just realized I'm painting this and the camera's not even on it. Sorry about that, guys. There, you can see it's a bit shiny at the moment because it's wet, but as it dries, it will, you'll just see the black tarmac. Can't say winter's coming without a copyright strike. That's probably true, actually. Oh, autumn just started today. That's true, yeah, it is. It's the equinox today, isn't it? I see quite a few of you are going to are sort of listening in on Jason's stream. So the thing now is I miss Jason's stream because I'm busy getting my own stream ready now, so I can't always fully take part. So it's sort of on in the background while I'm running around trying to get things ready. I don't seem to be as prepared as I used to be. Just going to stipple that into some of them. Actually, now I've painted it, the air bubbles and pop marks on the top don't actually look too bad. So I'm just going to start it in the middle and working my way towards each end. So I'm going to finish off this end in here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Getz. It'll be a good chance to meet a good few of you. And I was listening there, Timber's going. I've never actually met Timber, so that's Timber Surf, so I'm looking forward to meeting him and having a chat. So Jerry, you're multitasking to the maps. Hi Valerie, how you doing? Joshua 56, I see you're in as well. President XT Locomotive Shed, good evening, and hi to anyone who I haven't said hello to or have missed in the stream. If you've got any questions, keep posting them in the stream until I answer it, because the chat can go quite fast sometimes, and I mightn't spot the question. I was at the weekend, even though my in-laws were over. Saturday, I said, well, what can we do Saturday? I said, why don't we go to Enniskillen on Saturday because there's a load of charity shops there and your parents like going around looking at charity shops. The real reason was Enniskillen was having a model show that weekend. And of course, we parked up immediately. My missus seen the sign. I went, I had to buy some flowers and chocolates and stuff. And I got, don't think this gets you off the hook. So, you know how women never forget? That's obviously in her memory bank and it will be pulled out at some time against me. So it was a nice little show. I only managed to get a quick look around. I would have liked to spend longer there because, you know, I just stepped in through the door and somebody started talking to me and I couldn't get around to look at dictionary for devious. Yeah, I don't think so. If I was devious, I would have got away with it. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button for me, guys, and subscribe if you're new here. And if you've got any questions, just give me a shout. I'll tell you what, I'm going to move the camera now, guys. So I'm going to move it down to the end of the layout. So at least you can have a better look at what I'm doing. So you can see this area here. This is the street area. So we've got the, they're going to go flush against the back there. Brian, who's in the chat, Brian Madden, do let me know if it's if you have any problems with the stream, if it's buffering or anything tonight, because my internet speed dropped away to almost 0 when I was getting ready and watching Jason's stream. So, what am I painting? I am painting a road, Valerie, and then I'm going to be doing some rock work as well. Just like putting sort of washes over it. Well, probably going to get one wash over because they do take a while to dry when you're using a wash. But this is a roadway, so what I'm using here is some of the rail match tarmac, and then I'm going to go over it in spaces, in places with the rail match worn tarmac. So, you know, obviously, if you look at a road, you always can see the marks on the road where the vehicles are going down, where they've worn the tarmac. So, saying you don't have to use the rail match colors if you have like an almost a dark gray, almost black for tarmac, and then a slightly lighter gray then for the worn tarmac. Or there is stuff you can get. I believe Digger, you've used it. I'm sure I've seen you videoed using it on like almost a paste, like a tarmac, which gives you the texture of tarmac as well, I believe. Was it one of your videos I seen you use it, Digger? I think you're a mod, so if you want to stick that video up so people can see what I'm on about. Yeah, so I got lots to do on this layout. I got this painting to do, paint the rocks and everything. Then I got some varnish to seal it in because I'm going to put water in there. I've got some of the Woodland Scenic Realistic Water. So I'm going to use that because I acquired some of it somewhere. So I got another bottle of it. It's quite expensive stuff for a bottle. Any of you in the UK who are near a Hobbycraft, have a look in there if you want some realistic water, because I was popped into the one up in Belfast, and the realistic water was half the price of what you can buy in the model shops, even from the big box shifters. They were having sort of a sale on. You might even be able to get it online and delivered. But the realistic water effects and the the water itself for half price. Make great archives, they're great, yeah. Oh, Graham, Lambton Station's in. Good evening, Graham. How are you doing? There we go. Digger's put up there the road making video. Yeah, as Jerry says, they also have X-ray vision. You can see right through. Yeah. Hi, Jason. How you doing? Thanks for the handover again, as always. So tonight I'm just, as I said, if you like watching paint dry, you've come to the right channel tonight, because I'm just doing some painting. I didn't get a chance to do much this week, so I thought, right, get on with this. Shedmouth Junction, good evening. How are you? Yeah, Hobbycraft does have some good deals, but it's limited. And it all depends which store you go into, what they have sort of modeling wise hidden down the back somewhere. It was Hobbycraft in Newton Abbey. I don't know if you know the shopping centre there. Beside it, there's a little sort of retail park where you've got Hobbycraft, there's a TK Maxx, Pets at Home, Bargain Home, or something like that. All those sort of places. It was in there. It was if you're going to that shop, it's right at the back on the left. They had a few bits of woodland scenic stuff there. Right, I'm going to let that dry. What I'll do now is we'll do the wet wash for the rocks over here. So I'm going to move the camera again. So anybody who gets motion sick might want to look away. Oh, I've got the wire wrapped around my third hand. Oh, don't fall on the floor. Oh, sorry, guys. It's much easier when I have multiple cameras set up. Go from one to the other. Right, need to bring that down a wee bit. Right, there we are. I'm going to be getting in my own way, my own light. Right, so this is going to be the rocks for the waterfall here. So I'm just going to wet it, go over it with a grey wash, then maybe a slightly darker grey wash, and then do some dry brushing. Won't get all that done tonight because I'll do the first wash. It will take a while to dry. So this is how I do my stonework. And of course, it depends what color stone you want as to what colors you use. So you can see in there just this little blob of grey. It's going to be really diluted with just water. It's just acrylic. Brush. The idea is you do this in sort of several layers of different colors, so it just gives you and if you mix it up with a brush, don't use that brush to then apply it because you'll find the brush has too much on it. So you want to use a clean brush and you want to get some water. So just got ordinary water here. So let me just bring the phone down so I can keep an eye on the comments. Yeah, I will be adding a layer of gravel to the riverbed, Jason. the moment I'm painting it, then I've got some varnish I'm going to seal it with. Then I'm going to get some gravel, put that in the bottom, and then you do the water. I've never done water before, so we'll see how it goes. So what I'm doing here is I'm wetting the area I'm going to paint. So again, this sort of thing, do a little bit at a time. You want to make it really wet, because you're letting all that water get into all the crevices. So this is a mixture of casts of rocks and also just plaster that I've just made scores and scratches in. So now what I'm going to do is just put the grey over. Probably won't even see with the first layer the color, but you're just letting it run, and just do it a little bit at a time. If you go too dark too soon, you just end up with really dark rocks, and it doesn't always look right. So that's very subtle now. That as more or less looks just an off white, if you like. So again, I'll just do this other half. You just build it up in layers using different greys and blacks, and I just put my arm on the wet paint. So you're giving it a good soaking. So this is the sort of thing you want to do before you put any scenic materials down or do anything like that, because you are going to make a mess. And you do want to do some smaller areas at the time, because the plaster can quite quickly suck it up. See, I'm trying to do that thing again, do something and talk at the same time. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can see where the water, the coloured water, just runs, and it runs into crevices and gives different colours. In some places it will sit and pool. Of course, in some places you don't want it to pool too much. So there we are. We'll let that dry, and then we'll come back if it's dried in a few minutes. It all depends on the ambient temperature, how quickly it dries and that. Oh, Gary Leicester Station, good evening. Let me just have a scroll back through the chat just in case anybody was asking me something. Mark, when were you in Havercroft? Tuesday. I was up in Belfast. The daughter was flying in, so I went up and had a look around, some shopping. For anybody who lives up in Belfast, there is, if you know where the Toys R Us used to be, in near the Abbey Centre in Newton Abbey, behind there is a little business thing, and there's is it MJ Fiberglass, something like that, but they have a lot of sort of modeling materials in there. The big blocks of plaster cast I get, which usually costs about 30 quid, 32 quid on eBay, they actually had them there for 25 quid. So that's 80 meters of plaster bandage, 6 centimeters wide. No, 15 centimeters wide, sorry. The other mod rock bandages there as well. They had resin, they had stuff for doing the water, they had different putties and everything like that. They've a lot of modeling stuff there. No chance of telling your daughter that the trains are running late. What's it called again? I think it was... Hang on, bear with me a second. Do I have... MB fiberglass. So they do resin, they do plaster, they do plaster bandages, that sort of thing. That's the sort of stuff. No, that's as far as like scenic stuff we'd be interested in. That's all they do. Titanic experience in Belfast, fantastic. Yeah, I've been on that. I've done that. I love watching experienced modelers at work. It reminds me of how inexperienced and rubbish I am at it. That's for all you do. Well, why are you watching me? I say, I don't learn how to do things. I learn how not to do things. Yeah, what Jerry says there, don't look at Luke Towan. You see his stuff and you're just like, yeah, no. He starts off his video and you go, oh, that's a picture of what he's going to model. Oh, no, that is the model. Oh, he just does some fantastic work. Yeah, MB fiberglass, that's it. Yeah, it's just someone to look up if for any of my followers that are in Belfast. It's just a handy place to get mod rock and plaster of Paris and resin and that sort of stuff. Right, let's have a quick swig of Dr. Pepper. Right, I'm trying not to stand in the light here. But you can see now, I hope the camera's picking that up, how it's gone from white to like a dirty white grey. So now you would just use a different color, grey, go over that, then maybe a black wash, and then do some dry brushing with some white to highlight the edges. So we'll leave that to dry. Now I'm just going to paint some of the scenic areas with a brown. So let me just... Sorry guys, sorry for all the camera movement. Hang on, let's move it down this end. Oh, that's a weird shot. There. So I'm just going to paint this area brown now. Again, I'll keep an eye on the chat if there's any questions or anything. Oh, Carl's in the house. Hi, Carl. How are you doing? Harkingen, is that how you pronounce it? Sorry if I'm butchering your name there, but welcome to stream. It's a name I haven't seen before. I like Martin from Shedmouth was saying there, you know, everyone starts off the same. You build up the experience as you go along. Like I say, I learned 10,000 ways of how not to do something before I learned how to do it. And it's all part of the fun of modeling. It's, you know, it's a hobby. This is supposed to be therapeutic. Enjoy doing it. For a big brush now. I'll just use this one. I was using for the water. So this is just cheap acrylic paint. You can see there, it was 3 for a £5 from B&M. So you really don't need expensive paints for doing this sort of thing, because it's going to be under several layers. It's hardly going to be seen. Do I decide on a snowflock in the end? Yeah, what I'm going to do is the very first one I done, Peter, because I think that looked the best. Typing is impossible with a 2.5 year clay. Yeah, very true. Okay, Ashley, thank you for popping in. Take care. Again, don't forget to hit that like button for me, guys, and subscribe if you're new here. Any questions, put them into the chat, please. And if I don't answer them, just keep putting them in. It just means I haven't seen it, because sometimes the chat does move very, very quickly. So I'm just going to squirt some of this on and then just brush it in. Nothing amazing about this. It's just cheap brown paint. And it's just there as a layer. If some of the scenics gets chipped away, then you can just see the brown underneath, so it looks like earth. It's nothing fantastic, nothing special. I've never, I see some people, I see New Junction put a video out last night and he was using dirt from his yard to give it some texture. I've never done that, because like I always use a texture of, instead of using 2mm layering grass, I'm just trying not to get it on the road, is I use just some fine turf scatter to give that little bit of, greenery experience. That's not the right word. Just a grainy texture. So between the, so I'm going to put some grass along here either side of the road. I'm going to put some sort of fence along the track as well. And of course, you're going to have the wall of the viaduct going along this section here. And then I'll put some bushes or trees or something that side. Not quite sure if I'm going to put snow on the road yet, or how I'm going to do that. That's something I'm going to have to look at and see exactly how I do that. Just move that over. And where did I put the, right, there it is. Put it down, where did I put it? This is actually, it's not normally this runny, this paint. It's usually quite thick, but this tube, for whatever reason, does seem a bit more viscous. See, I'm not taking particular care of it on, just making sure it gets into all the white. And, I want a good layer of this on the base where the water is going to go, so it gives a good sealing. I've got some varnish, which I'm going to put on there and give it a seal with some varnish as well. It's matte varnish I'm using, just to be doubly sure, because I don't want it leaking out all over the place. Oh, there's a comic group in Ireland who put out a video every Thursday, Foils, Arms and Hog. And they put out one today. I must send you, Anthony, on speaking German. So I'll send that on to you. I'll send you the link. They're on YouTube. How am I doing for time? Oh, 5 past. Should be knocking at the door in 20 minutes. Don Coffrey is our premiere. All right, everyone, check that out. Cab views. Do we know what the video is going to be on? Yeah, they are very funny, Tom. I'd like to go and see them live sometime, but I don't know. Whenever they're touring Ireland, I always seem to be away or I miss them somehow. Oh, there's the rain again outside. Look at that. It's 8:05, and it's dark here now. Oh, I'm running out. Have to get my box out and find another tube. That's one of those things, is whenever you're out in like the Works or B&M or something like that, you see a tube of that stuff, I always pick it up. Overseas when Don's video goes to charity. That's very good. Like anybody who's not aware, all the proceeds from this channel, from the channel membership and the bit of ad revenue I make, goes to Donegal Railway Heritage Centre. I use the money to maintain all the layouts and things in there. At the moment, I'm working to save some money to get some new locos for some of the layouts, because a lot of the stuff is just worn out where it's been running sort of 8 hours a day, 7 days a week over the summer. There we go, another tube. Oh, do you watch the Mantley Foil, Arms and Hog? I can just imagine when they were at school, them being like that in school, and the teacher going, "Think you're funny, boys. That's not going to get you anywhere in life." Oh, the comedian. There's your alarm for the pizza. Yeah, that was probably her texting me to say you've got 5 minutes. Or I'll finish up and get out there and she'll be like, "Oh, I don't really fancy pizza now. I've had some cereal." But I'm glad I'm doing this live stream tonight, because it gets me a chance to do these jobs. You know, these are some of the little jobs you have to do on a railway that just, I won't say they're not fun, but they're just, oh, Not too much brown on the rock face there, so it doesn't matter. Some of it will be hidden behind a waterfall anyway, if I can get the waterfall to work properly. I say video will be a bit late tomorrow, guys, and I'm sorry to my channel members that you haven't got it beforehand like you usually do, but I'm hoping to get it shot tonight after the pizza and get it edited tomorrow and get it up. What is that? Oh, they're two different colors, even though they both say burnt umber. Not that it matters for this. Right, that's that done. Now I'll just give the piers another coat. Although I've lost my way through an entire career. How's Drumbo? Drumbo is fine. Sitting in the dry, waiting for the time we put her back into steam. Right, another paintbrush for the grey. Now, what I have to do tonight is to remember to wash these paintbrushes and not leave them in here to dry out and then go, oh, there's another couple of paintbrushes down the Swanee. So I'm just going to put some of this grey out and use that just to paint the piers. So they're just going to be painted just the grey just to give a concrete. Again, this is really just to show the little bit that's going to be poking out. It's really, there's going to be foliage all around here and stuff, so you're not going to see it. It's just if there's any gaps, you just see a grey to give the impression of concrete. I won't say I enjoy doing painting. I don't really have the patience to do it, so I'm more of like a slap it on. And when it comes to painting figures and things like that, it's not my favorite thing to do. It's just a bit. It's one of those jobs if I can pass off onto my daughter, who seems to enjoy doing that sort of thing. And then she does that, and I make some wooden frames and stuff for her modeling. She models horses, and she has got some plastic horses that are worth more than some of my locos, and we all know how much some locos can be. Yeah, I feel the same, Jason. I'm looking forward to it at the same time I'm not, Is that Tom Houston? One's burnt, the other's merely slightly overdone. Yeah. Yeah, I seen those. I spotted them straight away when I seen them. I thought, yes. Right, I've managed to get a little bit of brown in this grey now, which I say I'm not too worried about. And these piers, they're just bits of 2x1 that I've cut into the shape. So it gives, so the viaduct can sit on them, add to the effect. Again, any of the watchers from Northern Ireland, there is a, let me get it right now, which Bangor one is it? One of the Bangor clubs is putting on a show on the 25th of November, a Christmas show. It's not North Down, it's the other one. Or is it North Down? I always get those two mixed up. It's the one that will be in the Presbyterian Hall, that's the one. So that's something to note in your diary. I'm going to try and attend if I can. You never know if they're desperate for exhibitors, which I don't think they are. I think they're already booked up. I might take this along if I should have it done by then. If it's not in the bin. Well, how far are you from Manchester Airport, Jason? Because I fly into Manchester, so I don't know where you live. I can't remember. I'm flying in quite early because the way the flights worked out. So like I'm going to be leaving here probably about 3 in the morning to get my flight, and I probably won't get back here to 3 o'clock the next morning. So it's going to be a long day. So I'm picking up a hire car. So chances are I will climb into the hire car and find a services or something, pull over and have a nap for an hour or two. Of course, the other thing is there any model shops between Manchester Airport and Wigan? You're a 30-minute drive from Manchester Airport. Okay, yeah, that sounds like a plan. I did send you the times of the flights. I think I took a picture and sent you. I can't remember what time the flights are, but yeah, I could head your way. You know, message me your postcode or whatever, and I'll head to your place first if that's all right, and then we can travel up together. Brian, I will be finding my 5 bargain loco at Stafford. Yes, Sawyer models at Lee. I'll have to try and remember that. Right, so I've painted that brown. I've done the pillars another grey. That stone is pretty dry, so we might just give that another wet wash, and then I'll have to call it a day then. Yeah, 7:45. Oh, I'll be all bleary-eyed. Yeah, so like I've got no luggage. I'm just flying in for the day, so it's just a case of walking through. And I remember I've flown into Manchester a few times, and if they put you on a remote stand, you can be waiting a while for a bus to get off the aircraft. And Right, let's do, see, what grey was that? That was soft grey. Just looking at the various greys I have. Medium grey, neutral grey, neutral grey. I'm going to use Payne's grey because Payne's grey is really, really dark. I've used that before and it's just overpowering. Well, maybe we can visit some of the model shops beforehand if you know where they are, Jason, if you've got time for that. I don't know what you got planned for the day. I've got my phone is beeping at me. Oh, Brian's sending me stuff. Brian's sending me your location. He's got a watchful eye on you. I've flown into Manchester a few times and I've always ended up on a remote stand waiting for a bus. Though if you want to see the A380, it's a good place to see them. Anyway, let's get back to this. A little bit of water. Let's put in some, we'll go for the neutral grey. Might be a bit much. I'll use the brush I used earlier on to mix it up. Again, don't use the brush you used to mix it up with because that's saturated with stuff. Yeah, sorry, that is loud, the notifications. Okay, thanks, Anthony. Yeah, let me know, Jason, over a PM what we're doing. Saved in my sat nav. Right, back to this now. So let's get 2 clean brushes. Hang on, which one did I just make? Yeah, that's the new one. Right, so I'm just going to move the camera back down again, guys, so you can sort of see what I'm doing. So what these plastic tubs I got from Asda, they're a great job. Right, see the top of my head again. Right. I need better lighting in there really, but I haven't got anything at the moment, so bear with me for that, guys. Right, so again, water, make it all wet. This helps the paint. Why has that got brown in it? A little bit of brown won't do any harm. Yeah, you can see when you wet it, some of it falls apart. Now we've gone with a slightly different grey. And we're just going to brush that. Oh, that's a bit too dark. Yeah. Let's water that down. Yeah. Yeah, that went on a bit too thick. There we go, that's a bit better. I'm just watering it down again. And you can see how that's, I'm not sure the camera's picking up, but it's a little bit darker. then you can see from here to there. So again, it just highlights. So really with the second coat, you don't want to go on too much. Oops. I'll go back to the chat in a minute, guys, once I've some of this. And you can see I'm pulling some of the brown into it as well, which I'm not worried about because it just adds to the color. And you can use some water to move it around. And like I said earlier on, it'll pool in some places, and some places you do want it to pool in, and other places you don't, because you want some variation. Right, I'm going to leave it at that now. Let it dry. Take a look at it in the daylight tomorrow. I gather up all my brushes I've got here so I can wash them before I go for pizza. Right, let's move the camera again. You got another. Sorry about that. Oh, hang on. There, got me. There we are. Right, where did I put my phone? I'll have a quick look at the chat. Let's pretend waterfall, not a real one. 4 minutes to go. All right, guys, I'm going to start closing down the stream now. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. I'll have that video out tomorrow. It won't be out first thing in the morning. It'll be later on in the afternoon on the roadway. Hopefully I can get the next layer of this done. Just the lighter color to give the worn effect. That's all I need to do on there. And then of course then when I'm doing the scenics, it'll be blending it in then to the scenics then as well. So yeah, so thanks for tuning in, guys. I think I told her sat in the car ready. She probably is. So thanks everyone for tuning in. And I'll catch you all next week. Say video out tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for Jason for sending people over here. Don't forget, hit like button on your way. And I will see you all next week, guys. So I'm off to get some pizza and I will chat to you all soon. Oh, just see you there, John. Hi and bye, John. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all next week.